What's good, YouTube? Cardfight King here, Aqua Life Baby. You already know how it is. So I wanted to bring you guys a locals report video, and it's been a while since we have one. Obviously, we haven't been able to attend locals. But now that everything's starting to reopen, we're able to get back in. I was able to participate in my first locals since quarantine began. So before locals, I was thinking about just going in with Ravon, but honestly, I won the past two tournaments undefeated with Ravon before quarantine, and I've been playing just so much Ravon. During quarantine, just online on area, practicing against whatever the new decks were coming out. Just doing shadow play, kind of like filling with my build a bit, but nothing really changed too much about it. So, I was gonna go with Ravon, but I kind of was feeling something a little different. So then I thought about Maelstrom, and I wasn't really ready by the time I started with my build for Maelstrom. I'm still brewing up I'm brewing a new build for Maelstrom because I want to see how far I could take it against the better decks of the game, like Chrono Fang and Ravon itself, Vanquisher, and things like that. So I'm just kind of seeing where I can go, how far I can take good old boy Maelstrom. So while I'm working on that, wasn't ready. But Black Steve let me use his Chrono Fang deck during the tournament because he was going to be playing his Dark Regular deck. As you know, Dark Regulars lost pretty much their main win con, which was Variance Hard Leg. I made a video on that, and but he's been practicing with it since he's been able to regain the deck and play it again. So he played DI, so he let me use Chrono Fang. Round one, played against Angel Feather. I believe I won that matchup. I won that matchup 2-1. I believe. I think I lost the first game. He had just he went first. He had a ton of turn two pressure with the a lot of stuff he was doing, and it just kind of like hurt. I think he hit a crit too, so I was at high damage by the time he even rode into the grade 3. And then when you ride Makuth, you counterblast 2, your opponent has to take a damage. So it was it kind of sucked with that. But then games 2 and 3 pretty much went the same way. I was able to get up on him. Chrono Fang was able to, I just out pressure him. I switched up my strategy. I put Force 2 on the rear guard circles first because my Vanguard's already going to be swinging for 2 crit, and putting the Force marker on that thing first, on him first against Protect, it's just asking you to get blocked, and then your rear guard columns are less pressurizing because a lot of times they're going to have their PG. I mean, unless you go first and you go to Chrono Fang and you want a chance whether they have a PG in their hand or not. But I just feel like it's good practice to, when you go into Rebellion, just to put on the rear guard circle. That way you have 2 attacks that are 2 crit or more, and if you do happen to hit a crit trigger, then that's going to push your damage further. So doing that strategy actually helped out a lot. He wasn't pressured his hand very heavily. He wasn't I think he was able to ride maybe once in both games. Couldn't really get to his other 3 to really do much. I was just knocking down his hand, just putting on some immense pressure. So was able to win that one 2-1. Then played against Black Steve in round 2. He was playing, obviously Darker Regulars. Game 1 I should have lost. I was stuck in grade 2 for 3 turns. But the turn I did go into Rebellion, he needed a counterblast, and he was at 2 damage, and I was swinging with 2 crit, and I ended up hitting a double crit on my triple drive, and I put him, hit him with 4 damage, and he went from 2 to 6. And then game two was very close as well. Just a lot of back and forth, him hitting triggers, and it came down to me having to give him a 1 to pass. Brufitz is extremely strong against the Force 2 users, being able to kill a rear guard and then gain the extra critical, because Force 2 changes the original critical of the card to 2. So Brufitz is really good against that, and very pressurizing. So it came down to a one to pass. He didn't break. He hit a lot of his triggers on damage. I hit him with a three crit swing, and he hit like heal. He hit like heal crit or something like that. And then but early in the game he was hitting his draws, so he wasn't his deck compression as far as where triggers were at wasn't exactly high, and he didn't get the trigger there. Then I was just able to just pretty much finish him off. I ran out of rebellions, so the deck did run out of gas then because of all the back and forth, but was still able to clutch it out in the end. And then round three, which was the final round, played against the mirror match Chrono Fang. I won that matchup 2-0 as well. I game one was like really fun. It was fast paced. It was back and forth, but I was able to I kept my damage fairly low because I wanted to leave room for certain attacks to hit, and I was able to do that and secure the game there. And then game two, my opponent told me he didn't have that great of a hand, and he actually went force one because he wanted to have his rear guards at least hit some type of numbers because I guess he was out of boosters and he didn't really have much going for him there. So he went force one, I went force two, and the force one was okay, but with me playing Force 2, I just had I had a lot of advantage, and I think I had a little bit more pressure because in order for his Force 1 to put on, a lot of pressure, I mean, obviously the Vanguard column was pressurizing, but I was able to see my PGs to block them. The rearguard columns, a lot of times if he didn't hit a crit trigger on his drive checks, then I can just eat that because that was just a large column, but only dealing one damage. So, I was okay to take that in stride, just depending on where it was at. But yeah, I was able to just burn him down with rebellion, get my hand size low, get a quintuple drive check with double Kabu, and secure the game that way. And then so I ended up winning, went undefeated with Chrono Fang, and it felt pretty good. I enjoyed the deck. You guys saw the deck profile a few videos ago, and the match video, Black Steve was actually piloting his Chrono Fang deck, and I was playing with White Steve's Angel Feather deck, so definitely go and check that out. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Again, I'm glad to get back to doing locals reports. I'm not sure what I'm going to play on Saturday this week for locals. Again, I'm thinking about, depending on where I'm at with my Maelstrom build, I might play some Maelstrom there, but yeah, and I'm also going to do a video on my current roster of decks because I have a few cuts I want to make to the current roster of decks that I have and bring in some new, talent. So I will definitely update you guys on what decks I'm going to be playing for the upcoming metas. You should probably see a video this week, and I'll let you know what changes we're going to be making here. So this has been Cardfight King, Aqua Life, baby. You already know how it is. Yeah, we're back at locals. Excited. Can't wait to get back in the swing of things. All right, Aqua Life. We out. And don't forget to follow the Twitch, twitch.tv/Cardfight King. We're streaming Vanguard 0. I'm trying to do a stream every day. The streams mostly have been at night, because that's really when I get some time to stream. But trying to make affiliate status and grind to legend. I think I'm legend 17 right now. Pushing to legend 20 to finish out the season. And yeah, all right, Aqua Life, baby. We out.